Okay guys, here is part 2 lesson, the part 2 to I Saw the Light. And let's get going with that. Of course you need to learn part 1 if you haven't already. Alright, we've done the first 3 measures, or actually the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, first 5 measures because of the repeating that goes on. Now we're going to learn after that, after starting with the 6th measure here. Okay, let me play it slowly for you first. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. I'll mess it up one time there. I'll play it again for you, but let's go ahead and learn it, and we'll play through it as we learn it. So we're starting with what you can do. Go ahead and take your first finger of your left hand and go ahead and put it on the 2nd fret of the G string, or actually your middle finger. Sorry, it's your middle finger that goes on the 2nd fret of the G string. So go ahead and put it on there and just leave it there, and go ahead and take your first finger of your left hand and put it on the B string and leave it there. Okay, so it goes on the B string. And then we're going to take our ring finger, put it on the high D on the 2nd fret, and just leave that there. Now you're going to lift up your middle finger now and then, but these two are going to stay there. Your pointer finger and your ring finger are just going to stay there the whole time. So leave them there, okay? You should have an A note on the G and an E note on the high D there, okay? Alright, so here we go. We're going to start with the G string on 2nd fret, so pick that. And then the B string on the 1st fret, pick that. And then the open G, so lift up that middle finger and do it open, the G string open. Okay? And then we're going to pick the high D on the 2nd fret, you already have it. And then open high G, the thumb, the drone string here. And then open low G. And then we're going to do 2nd fret on the low D string. Okay? And then we're going to end with a 2nd fret on the high D, which you already have. Down, okay? And the melody here you need is on the G string, or at least for the first part. 2, O, and then 2 on the low D. So bring that out, accent those notes. But anyway, so let's play that measure slowly now. 2, 1, open, 2, open, open, 2, 2. Okay, let's do that again. Got that? One more time. Okay, and then we're going to do, here's the next measure. Open on the G, and then open on the high G, back open on the low G, and then 2nd fret, you already have it on the high D, and then open on the G, and then 2nd fret on the low D, and then 2nd fret on the high D. Might want to write this down if you're having trouble memorizing it. Okay, let's do that measure again. And I'm accenting the first, the open G, and then the low D on that 2nd fret. Okay, let's do that again. Now let's put those 2 measures together that we've done thus far. Okay, here we go. Let's do that again. Here we go, just do it again. Let's continue. Alright, we're going to do the, on the next measure, the 3rd measure, open G, and then we're going to hammer that 2nd fret on the G, on the low G. So open, hammer, and then pick it again for the open. So it goes open, 2, open on the G, on the low G, open, open, 2, open. And then we're going to do 2nd fret on the high D, which we already have down. And then open on the high G with the thumb pick. Okay, and then open low G. And then 2nd fret on the low D. And then open on the high D. So you are going to lift that finger right there. Okay, just for that one little part there. So we have. Let's play that whole measures together now. Okay. All right. See how I lift up right at the end on that D there. So. And I think when I played it at the first of this video, I didn't do that. I kept the 2 down, which sounds okay, but now I'm looking at the tab and it's open. So, okay, and then the next measure, the last measure we're going to do for this second part here, we're going to have open D, open low D, and then we're going to have open high G, and then open low G, and then open high D, and then open low G, and then second fret on the low D and accent that, and then open on the high D. Now the accents are really important in banjo picking because we need to pick out the melody, and if you don't give a little accent, a little extra energy to those certain notes, the melody notes, they won't come out very well. Okay, so whenever I tell you to make an accent, make sure you do it. Let's do that last measure again, open. Actually, let me play it for you. That's it. Again. I'm sorry. It starts with open D. And then we're going to do some repeating. So that's always good, right? Now let's go back through what we've done here today in this second part. Here's the first measure we learned. Here it is again. Here's the next measure we learned in this lesson. Again. Next measure. Okay, next measure. Alright, now let me play it all together again. Here we go. Okay? Alright, that's the end of the part 1. Hope you enjoy it. Or part 2.